Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Big Brain Time debate. Today, we're talking about sandwiches. We also have two guests and a technical difficulty. The technical difficulty is that Kyle's mic is not working, but if he talks through the audio program Audacity, we can hear it.
I'm Kyle.
As such. So, yeah, let's just go through the list of introductions.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name's Kenzie, and our other new guest for the night is my sister, and she is about 15 feet away from me that way.
Yes, hello. My name is Braylon, and as Kenzie said, we are related. So if I don't agree with his argument, I'm going to be ruthless with him. So
yeah, sounds like a normal, healthy sibling relationship to me.
Kyle, you're next.
I'm Kyle.
Hello, I'm Joey.
And I'm Myra.
And today, we're just arguing, what is a sandwich? We've each brought our own example of something that's not traditionally considered a sandwich, but probably should be. And then by the end of it, we'll probably be to the heart of the matter.
I like sandwiches.
And Kyle likes sandwiches.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, I submit for your consideration the bagel with cream cheese. Please excuse the partial consumption of the evidence. So, my argument for why the bagel with cream cheese counts as a sandwich is based on three premises. Premise number one, a sandwich can be a sandwich if the only things on the bread, or in this case, the bagel, are condiments. Case in point, the peanut butter and jam sandwich. Premise number two, an open-faced sandwich, i.e. something in which the condiments or other ingredients are not completely enclosed in the bread, is still a sandwich. It is a special type of sandwich that violates one of the normal criteria of sandwichness, but it is still a sandwich, just with that extra add-on to the title, just as a two-seater bicycle is still a bicycle. It's just that, again, it violates one of the normal criteria of bicycleness. And finally, premise number three, a sandwich made with one or both halves of a bagel is equally as much of a sandwich as is one with two slices of bread. Case in point, all of the egg and bagel breakfast sandwiches that you can make at home or buy at various fast food restaurants. So that is my pitch. I will now open it up to the floor for discussion.
Good points. I was a little shaky at first, but you kind of convincing me. Yeah.
I'll look this up, yeah.
Has anybody here worked at Subway?
No.
We need authority from a true sandwich artist. Oh, well. So, is an open-faced sandwich really a sandwich?
yes, I can say with confidence it is. Okay, well, my only evidence is that I took Caltech in high school, and I wasn't convinced at first, but then my teacher was like, you'll fail if you don't believe that pizza is a sandwich. So that was my my convincing to believe that open-faced sandwiches are sandwiches.
I feel like that's an argument from threat. Although the fact that somebody who does have the authority of a culinary tech professor being that passionate about the situation. That does count for a lot.
I don't think a bagel is a sandwich.
All right, Kyle, explain to us in real time. We'll wait.
Any moment now.
I don't think a bagel is a sandwich because it's. Don't laugh at me. I don't think a bagel is a sandwich because it's open faced, so that way it's not enclosed. And so most bagels I know are like filled. I mean, it's not always, but I don't think it's a sandwich.
So then why does a sandwich have to be closed in order for it to be a sandwich?
Now he's getting real passionate.
Looks passionate about whatever he's saying.
Is that not the definition of a sandwich?
I don't think so. I feel like a sandwich is just something that holds ingredients. It doesn't have to be closed in order to be a sandwich.
Yeah, but if you use the word sandwich in literally any other context besides food, then it's always talking about something being in between two things. You're sandwiched in between two people, or this building is sandwiched in between two skyscrapers. Yeah, the connotation of a sandwich doesn't really give it towards a more open sort of style.
The open face argument is interesting because that changes everything. Because if you're just saying sandwich, yeah, I would typically say the argument I've seen is it's two sides. And then if it's like three sides, it's a taco. If it's four sides, a burrito, I think. I don't know. Anyway, but the open face, the judge changed things. Because I've ordered what was it? It was like steak that was open faced. But in that scenario, I just ate it and then ate the bread underneath. It's like, is how you eat it. Does that add to what is a sandwich? I don't know.
Aha, I have an answer. Sandwich, definition, an item of food consisting of two pieces of bread or meat or cheese or other with filling between them.
Wait, does that mean if you have two pieces of cheese and you put jelly in between, then that's a sandwich? You said meat or cheese.
I don't know what insane person would want to eat that, but I suppose yes.
I'll do it.
Well, obviously you're that insane person then.
Counterpoint. This is from Minnesota Law Review. In a memorandum to support PR's request for injunctive relief, sandwich was defined as food consisting of filling placed upon one slice or between two slices of a variety of bread or something that takes the place of bread, as a cracker, cookie, or cake.
Like when they talk about one slice, do they just mean like a single slice with stuff on it, or do they mean a single slice with stuff on it, but that's been folded over? Because that could technically be a sandwich as well.
So they don't seem to place any requirement of the single slice being folded over. It's just upon one slice. Now, I will admit that the term filling does perhaps imply that it is filling a pocket of space, but that could have more to do with just the normal role of the filling than the current role it is taking in its particular situation.
I also want to add on to Kenzie's argument the origin of the sandwich. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the origin of the sandwich, but it was named after the Duke of Sandwich. I'm not making this up. he was playing cards one day with his friend, and the servant brought in a tray of like meats so that they could snack on it. And the Duke of Sandwich didn't like that he had to touch the meat and then touch the cards because it would get the cards greasy. And so he took a piece of bread and he picked up the meat with the bread so that he wouldn't get the cards greasy. So the whole purpose of the sandwich was so that you don't have to pick up the thing that you're going to eat that's on the sandwich. It doesn't matter if it's open or closed. It's just something holding another something so that you don't have to touch the wet something. It's like solid and then liquid on top. So you don't have to get your hands dirty. That's the origin of the sandwich.
I have a horrible question that's going to derail everything. Is a diaper a sandwich by that definition?
Oh boy.
I hope not.
Wait, I'm going to guess our parameters, though, is that it's something edible, so never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't that imply that someone's eating it?
technically. Technically, you could probably consume that, but you wouldn't want to. At least I don't think you would want to.
I feel like we can roll that out. All right, so we spent a bit of time on Kenzie's part. Bray, do you want to make your argument?
Oh boy. Sure, I'll make my argument. So I was originally gonna argue that pizza is a sandwich, but since we've already covered the open-faced sandwich, I'm gonna move on to something that is definitely gonna be controversial because it's not edible, but it is a paint palette. So if we're going by the definition of the origin of the sandwich, where it's something that holds another something that you don't want to touch, then a paint palette is technically a sandwich. And this one is closed, so I don't want to hear any arguments about open or closed face sandwiches because that doesn't count in this. Well, you don't have to. Who said that sandwiches have to be edible?
I don't want to eat a paint sandwich.
I guess that's what Seth brought up with the diaper scenario. Should it be edible?
Paint palettes are just like diapers in this sense.
I don't think they are,
I hope
but
not.
that's a whole other moral debate.
Moral debate.
That should be the next debate. Are diapers like paint palettes?
I'm gonna argue we should probably make. I feel like we need to put parameters up somewhere. Otherwise, anything could be a sandwich. You know, is the earth an open-faced sandwich? Because God doesn't want to touch the crust. Not the crust. Wait, no, He doesn't want to touch the mantle in the middle. And Kyle, don't give me that look.
I mean, technically, it's closed face, save in certain spaces at certain times.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
but have you
magma
guys-
in the Earth's core is the jelly.
I'm giving you that look, Seth. I'm giving you that.
Have you guys ever seen the meme though of like two friends that are from the opposite ends of the earth and they make an earth sandwich? They both put bread on the ground.
Yeah.
Is the earth a sandwich in that case?
I mean, are they wrong?
Maybe we're all just a sandwich on the plate of life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you decided to put yourself between the Earth and the Moon at the Lagrange point, which is like the even place between them where the gravity is about the same, then technically, yeah, you're the middle of a sandwich between two planetary bodies.
So we're establishing then that the components of the sandwich do not have to touch one another to still be a sandwich, that they can in fact be hundreds or thousands of kilometers away from each other.
Mhm.
That's pretty short astronomically anyway.
That might be where I draw my line. I don't know. I feel like they got to touch each other. Kyle, what do you have to say?
I think that the s'more should be considered a sandwich. Because listen up, folks. We have 2 graham crackers, 2 pristine graham crackers, and then you have beautiful marshmallow filling in the middle with a little piece of chocolate. It's like the Jimmy John's of campfire food. It's like all the best snacks in the middle, pristine breading. I mean, it's just filled to the brim with goodness. You can't pass it up. It is a sandwich. I don't want to eat a paint sandwich.
You know I'm posting that one
I
without
agree.
context.
A s'mores is a sandwich.
I don't-
All right, I think you're just trying to convince us
Well-
by making us hungry.
I mean, I already had my food today, so that's.
I think we should draw the line with Kyle's. Absolutely not. Marshmallows do not belong on sandwiches because it's sweet. The earth is not sweet, so it counts.
What about an ice cream sandwich?
An ice cream sandwich is not a real sandwich, but the earth is.
It
How
has
dare
sandwich
you.
in the
Okay,
name, though. It's. I think an ice cream sandwich is like the most sandwich you can get. If it has sandwich
Right.
in the name, then you can't debate that.
And I mean,
Right.
like,
Sweet.
I kind of agree with Kyle. If an ice cream thing, with kind of weird soft crackers or whatever, that's, there in with the ice cream in the middle. So we can have the s'mores be a sandwich. That's basically a hot ice cream sandwich, in a way, except not ice cream. It's marshmallows.
You're right. I agree.
You're on point.
And the crackers do fulfill the traditional role of bread of, as Braylon pointed out, making it so that the eater or consumer doesn't have to touch the middle ingredients. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with Kyle here. S'more is a sandwich.
He's right.
I honestly, sorry, Seth, but my gut is telling me it's a sandwich too.
Yeah.
All right.
He's right.
Oh yeah. Also, jelly is sweet, so that completely destroys your entire argument.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich.
And
I agree.
And
That
this
just never
this is
sounded
going
weird.
on maybe a bit of a tangent with the sweetness, but Braylon, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you mentioned one time that like some fast food restaurants put some sugar in their like hamburger buns or cake in some countries.
Wait, what? You like cut out
No.
entirely there.
Oh, whoops. I was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was you who mentioned this to me, that some fast food restaurants put so much sugar in their hamburger buns that it legally counts as cake in
I did
some
not
countries.
mention that to you, but
I did.
oh,
You did.
It was an episode of Food Theory about Subway's bread.
Oh, Subway's bread. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the country may have been like New Zealand or something.
Ireland is weird.
Maybe it was
I
Ireland.
don't disagree.
Joey, I think it's your time to step into the spotlight.
Okay. I have. Can I say the brand? Hot Pockets, warm pouches, as I like to call them. And I think by the grid definition that I saw, it would be considered like a form of ravioli. But I don't know. Do they say sandwiches? I just equate Hot Pockets with sandwiches with my mind. I mean, they are essentially a sandwich in my mind. But go ahead. That's about all I got.
It's like a pizza sandwich.
So, you
Isn't-
said
Uncrustables technically a ravioli? So then, wouldn't Hot Pockets also be a ravioli?
Possibly.
Okay, so I think we're moving into the territory of how do we separate a stuffed pasta from a sandwich?
enclosure. How? Okay. You
Go
called
on.
them warm pouches, which got me thinking: is a kangaroo a ravioli?
Mm, maybe. If you're desperate enough.
Oh no.
So,
Well,
Do not want to know what happens in the outback.
we're running a little on time. We're in the last 10 minutes. Ira.
Any fully enclosed pies are sandwiches. Because if we can count like stuff like Uncrustables as sandwiches, then pies should also those kinds of pies, not like the open-faced pies, but those enclosed pies are also sandwiches. Because they're between two lines of crust with a lot of filling. They're just a glorified sandwich on a pan.
Okay, so you're talking about the pies that you cut slices out of, because the first place my mind went to was those little pies that come in like boxes in gas stations, which are very similar to Hot Pockets.
I mean, those could work too, actually.
But yeah, okay, you mean like a regular pie. All right.
Well, I think what we just established is that a pie, as you're describing it, would be a ravioli until it's cut into. And
well, maybe raviolis are just sandwiches.
So ravioli a sandwich.
Can there be a change of states? Can it go from a ravioli to a sandwich?
It's just in a quantum state between ravioli and sandwich until you observe it.
Ravioli, give me the formuoli.
Schrodinger's rolling in his grave. Or is he?
He's both until you observe him.
Also, as we're discussing about whether a ravioli or a pie counts as a sandwich, I'm wondering, does the method of heating or creating it matter? Ravioli is boiled.
Yeah, because I'm thinking when we were talking about pies and so forth as being ravioli, they would then go in the sandwich category if we're thinking more about method. That's a really good point. That would also preclude the earth from being... No, the earth would still be ravioli then because the ocean covers most of it.
A very wet ravioli.
Would the earth be a soup?
And
Chef Boyardee and the Beefinity Stones.
All right, I have one final question.
Okay.
Is a beetle a sandwich? You've got the crunchy layer that serves as the bread substitute on the outside. You've got jelly on the inside.
Could be made into a sandwich.
Boiled, it could be ravioli. Well, that's all I have to say.
He's right.
So you're comparing the exoskeleton to a crunchy outer layer.
Yeah.
So based on that, do we count as soft bread sandwiches?
I think it'd be more like a soup that you threw a piece of bread into.
Like French onion soup.
Yeah. Humans are French onion soup. Also, I forgot, Hannah brought up, are books a sandwich? You got this kind of page here, this kind of page here, and the meaty meat of knowledge in the middle.
And that goes back to the edible question. Do they have to be edible? Although you can consume the knowledge within a book, but it's not quite the
I
same.
mean, there is a magazine called Reader's Digest, so
Yeah.
So if a book counts as a sandwich, does a VHS or a cassette tape count as fruit roll-up?
Absolutely. It's an intellectual. A book is an intellectual sandwich. So you're consuming the knowledge, but a VHS tape would be an intellectual fruit roll-up. Cool.
Excellent. I'm completely satisfied with this conclusion.
I am too, Kenzie. I am too. Any closing statements?
I'm Kyle. I like
I
sandwiches.
was just gonna have a soundboard, basically.
That's fine. We just need a full-on Kyle soundboard.
If there's anything else?
You right.
If there isn't anything else, we'll close out this episode.
Sounds good.
Goodbye, one and all.
All
Enjoy
right.
this next week.
See you.